Are you struggling to make profits trading cryptocurrencies and tired of wasting money on trading classes that don't deliver results? We've got a solution for you. Our trading AI has been developed by a seasoned trader from Switzerland and has been tested over years to help you make successful trades. All you need to do is sign up with Bybit using the link below, and you'll receive free money on your first deposit as well as reduced trading fees. Once you're set up, you can effortlessly copy the trading bots with just one click. Our AI currently has a 100% win rate and generates over 15% ROI per month, and we're confident you'll see the results for yourself. Don't believe us? Try it out for free by following the links in the description and see for yourself. Sign up now and take your trading game to the next level. We're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects in this video, the private ledger and Ripple's CBDC initiative. Several claim that XRP won't be used at all in Ripple CBDCs and that they are utilizing totally new technology that is not part of the XRP ledger. In this video, I'll explain why I believe XRP will connect to these private ledgers and exactly why I am certain it will play a key role in this strategy. Be sure to stay for the duration of this event. This is a very strong bullish thesis regarding Ripple and XRP. Thus, in my opinion, it's crucial to comprehend completely. I'd like to quickly mention XRP on Twitter to start off this video. He actually makes an annual community XRP poster, and it appears that I built it specifically for the XRP YouTubers this year. This struck me as really cool. For the past 4 years, I have witnessed this poster go among the XRP community each year. Thus, simply seeing myself on it is pretty nice. Definitely. Being able to see myself next to so many of the YouTubers that I actually heard about XRP from gives me a slightly strange feeling. Go ahead and follow XRP CRO and all of these other YouTubers on Twitter. They are quite amazing. And from everyone out there, I believe you kind of get a different view. It's a really cool neighborhood. Being a part of all these other influencers is really great. I definitely learned a lot about cryptocurrency from all of these people. When I initially started working in this field, I had the distinct impression that the folks teaching me about cryptocurrencies didn't truly understand them. Instead, they were content to convince me that Bitcoin was the only cryptocurrency that actually meant anything. And the only thing you can possibly dabble in is Ethereum. Otherwise, everything else is total garbage. Once I started studying XRP and picking the brains of all these other influencers, I began to understand what cryptocurrency actually was. A decentralized payment network that is going to revolutionize the way we conduct business. And other cryptocurrency influencers simply weren't pushing that story. Instead, the rest of the market seemed to be talking about JPGs and these tiny tokens that weren't accomplishing anything. People in the XRP community really opened my eyes to understanding how cryptocurrencies could have real-world applications and how they could truly be transformational in our current financial system. For me, I just saw this super powerful technology and couldn't understand why it wasn't being used where it seemed like it was supposed to be, which was the financial sector. Well, I just wanted to give a big shout out and say how excited I was to see my name on this poster. Please go follow these other YouTubers. There is so much excellent information available, and the fact that I'm a part of it is really great. Now, I want to go on and quickly discuss Bitcoin because US Senator Elizabeth Warren claimed in an interview that there is really nothing to it. There is no evidence to support it. It is merely a belief. Because US Senator Elizabeth Warren is one of those people who constantly tries to play down to the impoverished. She always makes it sound like she's trying to stand up for the people who need the most help out there. This is why I thought this was so interesting. Nevertheless, failing to comprehend Bitcoin is ultimately a first world issue. At the end of the day, some nations suffer from terrible hyperinflation, with their currencies losing 90% of their value annually. These people are in need of Bitcoin. Due to the hyperinflation of their money into oblivion, these are the folks who turn to Bitcoin. Elizabeth Warren asserts that there is nothing to support it and that it is completely useless. For these nations, whose currencies are debasing quickly, Bitcoin is a lifesaver. If you can't see that it's a first world problem, that is, at the end of the day, you're in America, which is fortunate for us since that means we won't have to worry about our money being entirely destroyed. Considering where we're going, Perhaps we will need to at some point. But at the moment we don't. Thus, arguing that it has no utility just demonstrates that you truly don't grasp what utility is. Not understanding Bitcoin, not understanding that Bitcoin makes more transactions every single year than Visa just shows. You guys all know I'm not some crazy Bitcoin bull, either. But I still think it's ridiculous to claim that it has no utility at all and is unsupported by anything. It is supported by a decentralized payment network that is impregnable to governments. The conclusion of the day. There is so much usefulness in that. And for this reason, residents in many nations around the world are turning to Bitcoin because, in essence, their nations are disintegrating. Elizabeth Warren, meanwhile, seems unable to comprehend anything at all. This merely demonstrates her lack of genuine concern for the little guy. She is actually caught up in the great bang. Whoever is willing to offer her the most money has her in their pocket. Additionally, it is unrelated to genuinely assisting the little guy. These people ultimately require Bitcoin in their nations because they lack any other choice. The only other choice they have is to hold on to money that is being stolen from under them. And it just seems so absurd to me that some of the key objections raised by these politicians are things like, Bitcoins are too volatile. If they drop 50% in a year, nobody would want to keep Bitcoin. In the end, a 50% decline in a year is still much better than a 90% decline in your currency due to hyperinflation. And if you just zoom out, you would understand that if you hold Bitcoin for more than a year, you're likely not going to be down but rather massively up, which just goes to show the type of people we're dealing with. Individuals who have no concept of what is going on are attempting to control this environment. It's very depressing to witness the folks shouting the loudest be so uninformed about everything going on around them. The good news is that none of these politicians are referring to the internet as a fraud, proving that we are not just early adopters in this field but pioneers as well. None of them claims that emails will never be successful. We are really early in this domain, and the fact that these people can't even comprehend the most fundamental developments in this field just proves it. One day, we'll look back at tweets or remarks like these and just chuckle because they were so mistaken. And it will be exactly the same as the folks who couldn't understand the internet and the people who couldn't understand cars. These people are always mistaken, and technology always wins. And this will only serve as another illustration of how badly these people have missed the boat. To wrap up this video, I'll discuss Ripple's CDB effort and how private ledgers will really assist in supporting the long-term growth of the XRP price. On Twitter, I frequently see people claim that the use of XRP in the Ripple CBDC product will not affect the pricing in any way. And I just really don't see this story. Ripples possess 50 billion, thus they have an incentive to attempt to drive XRP up. Since XRP is the core of their entire business and the foundation of the Ripple platform, they will make every effort to incorporate it into as many of their products as they can. In response to a tweet I made earlier today, several people claimed that when Ripple first started to scale their cross-border payment system, they weren't using XRP. It turns out that XRP was always a key component of the strategy. The same will apply to their private ledger CBDC business. XRP will be the only destination. For those of you who weren't there before, XRP wasn't used when Ripple first introduced its cross-border payment service. It merely served as a message layer in the ODF format. And when businesses had the option of adopting XRP, the FUD immediately began to spread. Some claimed that Ripples would never use XRP and that they were only utilizing the option to make it appear as though people were using it. This item is not at all dependent on XRP. In the end, Ripple had the option to begin utilizing XRP. Their utilization of it in their line of products was refined. And as a result, people started using XRP in the product line rather than using Ripple products without it, which made more sense. So everyone who claimed that XRP would never be utilized for cross-border payments, or that Ripple would never be used, was totally mistaken. They simply were unable to grasp the bigger picture. In fact, the Ripple CBDC product for central banks is now based on private ledgers that do not use the XRP that you and I already hold. But that doesn't necessarily imply they won't ever use the public ledger. The fact that these nations are willing to create CBDCs on private forks of the XRP ledger ultimately suffices to demonstrate that they are interested in adopting the public ledger in the future. Do we truly believe that CBDCs will be developed between all of these various nations? I'm unable to communicate with anyone. Obviously not. Moreover, Ripple's cross-border payment solution was adopted by payment providers in the same manner. They didn't begin by utilizing XRP and ODL. They first only wanted a message layer, but after realizing they liked it, they asked, "Alright, what else can you do for us?" The long-term strategy of Ripple depends heavily on XRP. And it just seems illogical to me that Ripple wouldn't eventually offer XRP-related products on this CBDC platform. There are countless angles from which to see it. And I merely believe that it's critical for individuals to comprehend that XRP will play a role in the situation. And if you just look at something as straightforward as this, which was actually tweeted out by Bob Way, what we have is a variety of different currencies scattered around the public XRP ledger in their own little boxes. You might consider each of these several boxes surrounding the XRP ledger as a private ledger, though. It doesn't utilize XRP. But they will need to use the public ledger if they want to connect to one another. Now some folks are coming out and stating that these private ledgers do not actually use XRP and that these nations will not use XRP on their own CBDCs. Well, perhaps not directly. Yet this does not imply that XRP won't play a crucial role in the finished product. On the contrary, it will undoubtedly do so. And I simply believe it's crucial that we go past the narrative of saying, "Oh, we'll write this later." As XRP is not directly employed in this technique, it will never be used. We definitely need to think again about some of these products and how they fit into the Internet of Value, since it won't ever lower the price of XRP. The Internet of Value won't be a closed system like the Internet either. These nations will have their own exclusive ledger systems and technologies. But in the end, that is just a tiny portion of what is being created here. The Internet of Value, which will be open, public, and interconnected, is the huge item that will actually revolutionize everything. Using public distributed ledgers, like the XRP ledger, is the only way to get that. And therefore, for me, seeing Ripple succeed in getting nations to use private ledgers is just another step in the right direction. Using the public ledger in the end. It's crucial to comprehend these points. And just to let you know, we're actually already making the switch. Ripple appears to be publishing its side chains to the XRP ledger in the next few weeks. And that will enable many nations and central banks to construct ledgers next to the XRP ledger and use both XRP on the public ledger and their own private ledgers. And that is almost the ideal balance between having a private ledger and access to the public ledger. As Ripple works to create this new ecosystem for sending payments and this new interconnected financial system, some nations will want a private version of what is happening while still being able to connect to the public version. I simply want to dispel the myth that because Ripple's is developing these new goods, your XRP would become worthless and that they have nothing to do with Ripple's. That is the furthest thing from the truth. Ripple wants the price to increase more than we do. They have 50 billion XRP. And ultimately, they're going to integrate into XRP and into every single thing they can. And I believe that in the future, a significant use case for XRP will be CBDCs. So, gentlemen, I really appreciate your being here. I hope this update was enjoyable. Please remember to like and subscribe if you did. For the time being, it truly means a lot.